So, is loneliness really as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? Folks, welcome to the channel, and in this case, going through this headline, which I did mention in a previous video, the one on the lone wolf survivor versus someone with a tribe, someone with a group of people around you, and I had heard it before, and I looked into it a little bit more just to see where is this even coming from, and apparently it's pretty solid. It is a little bit sensationalistic to compare to smoking, but if you look at the actual numbers, here it says Dr. Murphy is referring to a study published in 2010 that explored social relationships and mortality rates. The researchers combined the data from 148 studies on a topic in what is known as a meta-analysis to arrive at a more robust statistical answer to their questions. The meta-analysis contained data on 300,000 participants who were studied for the average of 7.5 years. The researchers explored the extent to which social relationships can influence the risk of premature death, the aspect of social relationships that are most likely to predict an early death, and any factors that mitigate the risk. They concluded that lonely people, and here's where we get to it, lonely people are 50% more likely to die prematurely than people with strong social relationships. They then use a statistical tool called random effect models to compute that the influence of social relationships on the risk of death comparable to well-established risk factors for death such as smoking cigarettes. So, although the methodology the researchers used was sound and loneliness is certainly damaging for your health, it could be argued that the equivalent to 50 cigarettes analogy is sensationalist. Okay, yeah, but I mean, I'll take it. If the numbers are comparable, why wouldn't you? The researchers also point out that the health risk of loneliness are similar to alcohol consumption, more than 6 drinks a day, and exceed other risk factors such as physical inactivity and obesity. Yet these comparisons are rarely mentioned in the media or keynote speeches as they don't have the same impact as smoking. And it's a valid point. You want to get people's attention. As long as it stands, I don't see a problem with that. But it's interesting to know the other possible comparisons. Studies that didn't grab the headlines are studies that are just as robust, but perhaps fail to grab the headlines in the same way, have likewise shown a range of health conditions associated with loneliness and social isolation, including heart disease and stroke, type 2 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and cancer. Even recovery following heart surgery can be compromised by isolation. Mental health conditions can also be triggered. Basically, it sucks to be alone. Oh, but I love it. Sure, but the health impact is still there. And I will even make a point about, well, you really do love being alone. It just makes you happy. Okay, I mean, maybe you are the, statistic exception. But deep down, if you know that you're suffering, deep down, if you say you love being alone and you're just fine with it and it doesn't bother you, but it kind of really does, then there's no lying to yourself. There's people that like being a little bit more alone than others, but it's very rarely the case of people that just adore being alone all the time. And when you're truly alone, you're alone all the time. You're always coming back home to an empty house. You're always on your own. And if you combine that with people that are not exactly socially active in any club or group, or this just makes things even worse. So, guys, here it basically comes down to this: accept that this is not good for you and try to fight it any way you can. You are alone? Okay. Try joining clubs, groups, try participating in anything, any kind of activity that you enjoy. There's probably a network of some sort. And don't do just this. Don't just do the internet thing. Use this as a way of connecting with other like-minded people in your vicinity, in your area. That's also one of the positive aspects of technology that is often not taken advantage of. Use that so that you have real connections. You need to be with other people. You need to see other people's face, talk face to face, do activities, have a social life of some kind. Okay, guys, it's going to be all for now. If you want to they learn more about survival and preparedness. As always, you have Surviving the Economic Collapse, Street Survival Skills, my books which are available in Amazon, following those links there below. See you next time.